Welcome to Module 4. Here we'll see how to draft impactful documents with AI. Hi there, I'm Barbara Andrews. In this section, you'll explore how AI can transform the way you create written content, from generating strong first drafts to refining and elevating your message with ease. You'll see how Copilot in Microsoft Word helps you move from a blank page to a polished document faster, clearer, and more confidently than ever. Let's dive in and unlock new ways to draft impactful documents with AI at our side. Here's what is on the agenda. It's your chance to explore how Copilot in Microsoft Word can transform the way you write. In this section, we'll get a closer look at how AI helps you craft stronger content, elevate your message with intelligent refinements, and bring everything together in a hands-on exercise. Let's dive in and see how Copilot can streamline your writing process from first draft to polished document. Copilot in Word brings together the power of Microsoft Word and the advanced AI to completely transform how you create, edit, and refine written content. Whether you're drafting brand new content or enhancing an existing file, Copilot streamlines content creation with intelligent support that helps you get from a blank page to a polished draft faster. This aligns with document capabilities such as generating first drafts from prompts or referenced files, analyzing your document, or offering rewrite or refinement options to improve tone, clarity, and structure. By understanding the context of your writing, Copilot helps you communicate more effectively, making it incredibly valuable for professionals, students, and creatives alike. Beyond drafting, Copilot elevates your writing by enabling interactive rewriting, improving flow and readability, answering open-ended questions about your content, and even summarizing documents. Whether you need help restructuring sections, finding clearer wording, or pulling out key takeaways to share with your team, Copilot provides real-time suggestions that enhance quality and save time. It also makes sharing easier by generating concise summaries or insights you can distribute to stakeholders. With all these features working together, Copilot in Word becomes more than a writing assistant. It's a partner that boosts productivity, reduces effort, and helps you craft impactful, coherent documents. Let's explore these features one by one. Prompting matters because the quality of your prompt shapes the quality of Copilot's response. A clear, detailed prompt enables Copilot to produce precise, relevant, and actionable content, while vague instructions often lead to generic or incomplete results. Context, clarity, and being specific can dramatically improve Copilot's output. When content creators rely on well-crafted prompts, they not only get stronger first drafts, they also work more efficiently and manage their workload with far greater ease. With Copilot, even common prompts become powerful tools for generating articles, rewriting sections, or pulling insights from documents. Drafting with Copilot takes this a step further by letting you create content directly within Word, streamlining your writing process from the moment you start typing. Whether you need a paragraph rewritten, a summary created, or an idea expanded, Copilot helps you move faster while keeping your writing sharp and consistent. Consider giving Copilot both a goal and the right context to unlock its full potential. As you think about how prompting influences your results, consider this thought-provoking question. If Copilot can only be as good as the instructions you give it, what would happen to your workflow if you elevated every prompt by just 10%? Here we see why prompting matters and how much the quality of your prompt influences the quality of Copilot's output. When you give Copilot a vague instruction like summarize this document, the response will be naturally broad and may overlook important nuances. But when you offer a detailed prompt, such as focusing on a specific section, objectives, or tone, you enable Copilot to produce richer, more relevant content that aligns with your intent. This aligns with Microsoft's guidance, emphasizing goal, context, and specifically for more accurate responses. Common prompts, drafting an article, rewriting a paragraph, or generating a summary become even more powerful when paired with clarity and intention. Prompting Copilot with deeper context allows it to draft content directly in Word, streamline writing, and help you manage workload efficiently. Microsoft's prompting guidance reinforces that even simple tasks benefit from structured, context-rich instructions. So if a single well-crafted prompt can dramatically elevate the quality of your work, what possibilities open up when you intentionally refine every prompt you use? Drafting documents can often feel slow and repetitive, but with Copilot in Microsoft Word, the entire process becomes faster, clearer, and far more streamlined. This section introduces how Copilot helps you turn ideas into structured content, whether you're generating a new draft from scratch, pulling insights in from existing documents, or shaping ideas through conversation. Copilot doesn't just save time, it elevates the way you write. Here we will explore practical ways to use Copilot to draft documents efficiently, including common prompts you can rely on, how to begin with a completely blank page, how to leverage files you already have, and how to seamlessly work with Copilot in Word. When starting a new document with Copilot in Word, you have 3 flexible entry points, each designed to meet you where you are in your writing process. You can begin from scratch using the on-screen experience, where Copilot provides real-time suggestions and highlights opportunities to strengthen your content as you type. You can also start from scratch using the Copilot chat experience, leveraging suggested prompts or entering your own instructions to generate ideas, paragraphs, or entire sections instantly. And if you prefer to build from something you already have, you can start from a file, letting Copilot analyze your referenced Word document and produce a structured first draft rooted in your existing material. There are 3 ways to start a new document: from scratch, from a file, and from a template. Each option giving you the flexibility to create, edit, and manage your documents more efficiently through AI-powered suggestions and commands. Selecting a Microsoft theme, your organization's branded template, or an existing deck before prompting Copilot to build new content within it. Just make sure the file is open before you begin prompting. This combination of starting points empowers you to work the way that fits your flow, whether you're ideating freely or refining an established structure. As you explore these entry paths, think about which options are most helpful for your daily work and spend some time brainstorming prompts you could realistically use and refine. Consider if choosing the right starting point can completely change the quality and speed of your draft, what possibilities open up when you pair that choice with a truly well-crafted prompt. Now, let's take a look at each of these 3 flexible entry points into drafting with Copilot in Word in more detail. The on-screen Copilot experience lets you move from idea to polished draft using natural language. Instead of starting with a blank page, you simply describe what you'd like to write in plain language. You can ask it to create new content from scratch or work with an existing text that's on your screen, summarizing, rewriting, or expanding it, making drafting faster. Remember that prompt iteration is key to higher quality results. Starting broad and then refining your request, for example, adding sections, tone, or audience, helps Copilot generate content that better matches your goals. You can stay in control while Copilot accelerates drafting and improves clarity with each prompt. Here are some sample prompts that you can use, like draft a one-page project proposal for a digital solution aimed at business leaders. This can show how Copilot creates a solid first draft from a simple, high-level request, or maybe even use this prompt. Rewrite this proposal to include an executive summary, problem statement, solution overview, and implementation plan. This is a great example of a prompt iteration and how added structure improves its usefulness. Lastly, try this prompt. Refine the executive summary to be more concise and persuasive for a time-constrained audience. This highlights how Copilot can polish and tone with clarity without having to rewrite everything from scratch. Copilot Chat in Word streamlines the entire drafting experience by helping you move from idea to high-quality content in seconds. You can choose from suggested prompts to get started quickly, or write your own prompt to be precise about your goal, audience, and tone. Whether you're drafting an introduction, building an outline, or shaping a convincing argument, in a real-world scenario, a manager preparing a leadership report or remote work can prompt Copilot with draft an executive-level introduction on how remote work impacts productivity, and then iterate by highlighting sections and asking Copilot to refine the language, tighten the clarity, or check grammar. By being specific and iterating, Copilot becomes a powerful co-author, helping you go from a blank page to a polished, share-ready draft with far less effort. Consider trying out and customizing prompts like draft an introduction for a report on the impact of remote work on employee productivity, or create an outline for a research paper on the benefits of sustainable business practices, to give you some practical examples as starters to your own impactful prompts. Copilot Chat in Word lets you start drafting directly from an existing document, so you don't have to rewrite from scratch. By simply referencing a Word file in your prompt using the / document name, Copilot can follow the original format, style, and content to generate proposals, executive summaries, outlines, or reports, all while staying aligned with what already exists. This works seamlessly when files are stored where Copilot can access them, such as OneDrive, SharePoint, or your local device, making it really easy to reuse trusted content. In a real-world scenario, imagine you have a proven business proposal and you need to tailor it for a new client. You can prompt Copilot with something like this: create an updated business proposal for Contoso using / your business proposal document name, customize it for a healthcare audience, and add a concise executive summary. Copilot Chat becomes your drafting partner, helping you adapt content quickly, preserving consistency, and iterating confidently until the document is ready to send. As we've seen, Copilot in Word helps you elevate your content by transforming rough ideas into clear, polished writing in just a few prompts. In this section, you'll see how Copilot supports editing, refinement, and reuse of content to help you work faster while maintaining quality and consistency. Copilot in Word helps you elevate your content by improving writing quality, refining tone, and enhancing clarity as you work. With interactive rewriting, you can rephrase sections for better engagement, convert dense text into clean tables for visual clarity, and quickly summarize long documents so key insights are easy to grasp, all without leaving the document. In a real-world scenario, a project manager finalizing a status report can prompt Copilot with Rewrite this section to be more executive friendly and concise, and then convert the risks into a table and summarize the last 3 pages into key takeaways. Copilot becomes a practical editing partner, helping turn rough and lengthy content into polished, presentation-ready material in minutes. Copilot can quickly elevate everyday writing by enhancing clarity, adjusting tone, and aligning content to specific goals. Instead of manually rewriting vague or inconsistent text, you can ask Copilot to turn rough drafts into precise, professional language that fits the audience and the purpose. Whether you're writing a business report, an executive summary, or a project update, the result is clear communication, more consistent messaging, and less time spent polishing content. It also demonstrates a powerful prompt pattern that you can reuse in real work. Clearly state what you want improved and how it should sound or align. For example, try this prompt. Rewrite the following project update to improve clarity and precision, eliminate vague language, and ensure the tone is suitable for an executive audience. Emphasize outcomes, efficiencies, and gain customer impact. This approach lets Copilot act like an editor on demand, helping teams confidently share results that resonate with our stakeholders and decision makers. Here's a best practice tip. Consider also asking Copilot what is the best way to rewrite this prompt to get the best response from Copilot, and add in the adjectives that you're looking for in the Copilot response, like professional, concise, engaging, highly accurate, etc. Give this a try the next time you are writing your prompt and see the difference it makes in your tailored and personalized Copilot response. Copilot in Word makes it easy to improve document readability by converting text into tables, instantly turning dense and unstructured information into something clear and scannable. I love this feature. By recognizing patterns like lists, data points, or sequences, Copilot can automatically organize highlighted text into a structured table, saving time and making key information easier to analyze, review, and present. In a real-world scenario, imagine a project lead with a very long bulleted list of tasks and updates in a status report. They can highlight the text and prompt Copilot with options like convert this list of items into a table with columns, task, and description, or generate a table from this data with headers for date, task, and status, or turn this bulleted list into a table with columns for category and details. You can even customize the return table formats, edit directly in the suggestion box, and in real time preview the changes. This can instantly make your information more readable, usable, and understandable to your readers, helping to break your long, text-heavy documents into easy-to-read sections at a glance. Copilot in Word is an interactive writing partner, not just a content generator. By chatting with Copilot using open-ended questions, you can actively improve clarity, structure, tone, and completeness of a document you're already working on. Instead of guessing what to fix, you can ask targeted questions such as how to improve the structure, identify action items, or elevate the academic or professional tone, and receive tailored contextual guidance. Copilot can also point back to the sources and citations it used, helping you to better understand why changes were suggested and building confidence in the final output. More importantly, this conversational approach encourages deeper thinking about your content. As you ask questions, Copilot helps you surface key themes, suggest where to expand, recommend relevant quotes, and strengthen weak sections, resulting in a more polished, intentional document. Try this real-world use case prompt. Review this document and suggest ways to improve clarity, strengthen the structure, and ensure the tone is appropriate for an executive audience. Identify any missing information, summarize key action items, and recommend where additional evidence or quotes would enhance the message. This kind of guided conversation transforms writing from a one-time draft into a thoughtful, iterative workflow that significantly improves quality and impact. Copilot in Word automatically generates a document summary at the top of the page, allowing you to quickly scan key topics and understand what a document contains without reading it end to end. For long or complex documents, this summary helps both authors and reviewers confirm structure and flow. It seamlessly is created when files are stored on OneDrive or SharePoint or generated the moment you open the document. The summaries are customizable too, allowing users to ask follow-up questions for clarification. In a real-world scenario, a leader reviewing a 30-page strategy document can open it, skim the summary to validate alignment, and then select View More or Open in Chat to ask follow-up questions like summarize risks by section, or is the content organized around the 2026 priorities? This turns the summary into an interactive tool, saving time, improving comprehension, and making it easier to refine or act on the content quickly. Consider also asking Copilot in Word for insights into your document and watch it give you even more depth and information about the document as it does an analysis of the document to help you uncover key areas for deeper insight and decision-making. Copilot in Word helps you quickly understand and act on documents by generating summaries, either automatically or on demand. If you don't see a summary right away, Copilot makes it easy to ask for one directly from the ribbon or Copilot pane, especially for documents stored in OneDrive or SharePoint with a Microsoft 365 Copilot Work license. Beyond simple overviews, Copilot can tailor summaries to your needs by extracting key points, surfacing action items, and even presenting the information in a structured format like a table, saving time and reducing cognitive overload. Want to know more about the summarized content? Select References to see the cited source that Copilot used in the document to get its information. Try this real-world use case prompt. Summarize this document for an executive audience. Include the key objectives, decisions, risks, and action items in a table, and highlight any deadlines or ownerships mentioned. This approach turns long and complex documents into clear, actionable insight, helping teams move faster with more confidence and clarity. Now let's see how to draft, improve, and share your document using Copilot in Word. This exercise brings everything together by guiding us through a realistic end-to-end workflow in Word, from drafting a document to refining and sharing it with collaboration. Using a project-based scenario, we're going to step into the role of a project manager, creating a comprehensive report applying Copilot features to streamlining our writing, organizing content, and improving clarity. You'll see through these exercises how to import notes, draft content, convert text into tables, and summarize the final document, mirroring how teams work in the real world. This reinforces how Copilot in Word supports productivity at every stage of document creation, making it easier to collaborate, gather feedback via Teams or Outlook, and deliver polished, share-ready work faster. Join me now. Welcome to lab number 3, and we're going to go back into our MS-4018 courseware, And we're going to go ahead and go directly into Draft, Analyze, and Present. And from there, we're going to take a look at our section called Draft Impactful Documents Using AI. And I'm going to click on the overview right there. And there's an option right here to get into the exercise. So this section, we're going to talk about using Copilot in Word, which a lot of people use. And in this exercise, we're going to click here and we're going to see that it gives us information about what's in the lab. And we're supposed to be a project manager tasked with creating a comprehensive project report for our company's new Mystic Spice Chai Tea. And that's what we're going to try to do here. We're going to draft our report in Word. And in order to do this lab, one of the files that you might want is to use this market analysis report here for the Mystic Spice Premium Chai Tea. Now, once you open it up, notice you can then download it, and then you can read through it here, and we can see what it does. And so that report right there, it gives us a little intro into our Mystic Spice Chai Tea. And as you look through this, it gives us a little bit about the purpose of the report, the product, the market trend, its competitive analysis, its distribution channels, promotion plan and strategy, expected outcomes and challenges, and then recommendations. So you can look through the document, and this is the document we're going to be using as our source. So it's about 7 pages of information, and we want to craft based on this file right here. So it's about 7 pages. And what we're going to do is once we have it downloaded, remember we have to get the link to be able to use it in Word. And so what I'm going to do once it's downloaded is we want to open it up. And when we open that file, remember that we have to save it. So remember I clicked here initially and I chose the option to upload it. And once it's uploaded, you can actually use the link right here, copy the link right here, and it will be grayed out until the file is uploaded so Copilot can get it, get access to it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy the link, and here we are. And what I want to do is note that here we are in Word, but I do have the ability to generate a little summary of that document if I want. And so you can run that at any time with any document as long as you have Copilot in Word and you're able to do that. And so what it gives us is a nice rundown of the 7 pages that are here. Notice it gives us a little synopsis as we could ask it for information. But this, I think, is good. And now what we're going to do is we can click the down arrow. We have some other options here. We can get brief, standard, detailed. So this is actually the standard one, but I can make it a lot longer, give it more detail if I want. I can do the summary. There's a lot of them. And what I want to do is use this as a source. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the web here, and I'm going to go and type word.new. And what I want it to do is it will give us a new Word document from M365 Word here. And so what I want it to do is I'm going to use Copilot right here. Now notice I don't have a file open, so I'm not going to summarize it here. But what I can do is I can open that file from Copilot and I can have the summarize option there at the top, very helpful. And I think I saw that right here. So I think this summarize option, it's a good one. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and build a little doc here. And what we're going to do is make a document from some of the information that we have here. And so I'm going to do this is I'm going to go out to the lab. I'm going to go find that first prompt. It's under exercise 1. And I'm going to go into Copilot here. And once Copilot is open, notice it picked up the agent for us. And again, if it doesn't do that, you can click right here on the tools and find the agent. So any Copilot agent there that has Word on it is one we're going to pick here. And I'm going to pick the Word agent, and it came up by default for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this in first, the prompt right here. So we're going to have it create a project report that includes an executive summary, an introduction, a product description, project objectives, and discussions. And what I want to use is that linked document that I'm going to paste right here. Give it a minute. It's going to use it for content. So this one right here. And what I want, this will take the document and we'll use it as a source. So if we haven't already, we need to copy the link, upload it if needed, and it's going to take it a moment, and then it's going to use that as my source for this other document. And I'm going to paste the link here, and then it's going to take a moment. Hopefully it'll find the file, and once it does, I'm going to go ahead and send this. And this will take a little bit to run, and we can watch it. So there it goes, and it's going to start creating our project report for us by first reviewing the data. So notice what it asked to do. It asked it to make a project report with an executive summary. And then that's one of the first things that it's working on. And so it's going to take it a moment. It's going to write an executive summary. And then we can ask it and we asked it for an introduction. It's producing that right now too. Then we asked it for a product description. And so it's going to give a product description. And now all of this is from that market analysis report from the Mystic Tea, the 7-page report. And so there's a product description. And then as we scroll a little bit lower, you'll see some of the project objectives. So we have that here, and it's going to add in a discussion. And so there's a bit of a discussion there, a little bit of a plan. And so we're taking a look through this, and it's using that source again that we listed. And so it's going to take it just a moment, and it's going to give us a lot of information. Okay, so we have about 3 pages that it created, and we can keep it. And I'm going to keep it, and I could have it redo, but I'm going to have it, just go with what we have here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in and I'm going to have it rewrite sections of this. So once it's written, it may be that there's parts of this that we'd like to have rewritten. We can do that. Or maybe I'm going to select this part here, and I'm going to use this little auto rewrite option here. And I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to have it make a change to it. So I want it to auto rewrite. That's one of the options. And I'm going to have it take a moment, and it's going to rewrite that section for me. Sometimes I like to see if it can, there's other options I can choose. Maybe I want it to make it sound more professional. Maybe I want to ask it to write it with maybe a little more and be more concise. I can ask it to do a lot of things, but I told it to do a default here, the auto rewrite. So we're going to see what it comes up with here as it's going through, and you can see sometimes it has a little bit of a failure, but that's okay. We're going to hit try again, and let's see what we can do. So along the road, there might be a few little issues here, and we can always just do a retry. And you may run into that. It just takes it a moment. It's going to retry. Okay, so I refreshed the screen, and then after that, let me refresh it. Okay, then I had an auto rewrite again, and there it goes. So I refreshed the screen to make that happen. I ran it again, and then I got the option here. And right here, this looks pretty good. So sometimes you may have a little bit of an error that runs, and that's okay. You could try it again, and if it still doesn't give you any success, you can try refreshing it, and then just try it one more time, doing your command again. And then we can see we have our results right here that we can use to replace. So that's an option. I could pick this. I'm going to go ahead and replace it with that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a closer look in another section and see if there's more things that I might want to adjust. So maybe what I want to do is I want to expand certain areas, and I can do that. As I look through this, it looks pretty good. But what I want maybe is make another change, and I want maybe to restructure some sections. So this looks like maybe I could go through and maybe restructure it. So I'm going to pick this section. I'm going to go into my draft, and I'm going to structure and refine. So there's a lot of stuff that you can choose here that might be helpful. Noticing its structuring, it's refining. It actually looks like it did a little bit more, gave us a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have it actually do some modifications to maybe our project objectives here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select this section right here for project objectives. And I'm going to have it go in and draft with Copilot again. And I'm going to have it go in to select this. And what I want it to do is I want it to add content from another file. So I could do that. And so what we're going to transfer that market analysis report here. I'm going to use that from the previous lab and use that file from our promotion plan. And so I'm going to have it consider an update with content that's right here from our promotion plan. And let's have it generate something new for us right here. So that project aims, what I want it to do is update our information from using our previous file that gives us information about our project promotion. So notice when it does that, it comes up with different project objectives, ones that kind of align with this market analysis plus the project plan from earlier. I can undo it if I need to. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look here. And one of the things I want to do is I want to maybe, let's see, I could make a table. So maybe the information right here could be best delivered in a table. So I'm going to go ahead and see by selecting this section, I'm going to ask it to draft with Copilot to create this into a table. And take this bulleted list and do that. So create a table. Let's see what we get from this. So the bulleted list, let's turn that into a table. And so it's looking at the information, and there's the table. I love it. So I'm going to have it replace that section, and it's going to use this one here with some good stuff. And as you can tell, I just have to tell it what you want it to do. You can go free form too. There's a lot of options. So we've converted this into a table. But what I want to do is I want to get a little more information. So I'm going to ask it to summarize the project report plan for chai tea in Latin America from this document. And I want it to highlight the top 3 points that are made. And so I'm going to go ahead and run this. And this will take a little bit to summarize. But the idea here is it's going to give us a little bit more information. And there's a lot you can do. As you can see, there's a summary. And notice it's a 12-month go-to-market summary. There gives us the top 3 points highlighted in it. And so that's very helpful. And as you can see, it gives us some things to focus on there, even after it's over. So we could ask it to summarize the budget, the KPIs. We could ask it to explain promotion tactics. I wanted to summarize the budget and KPIs and have it work on that a little bit here, the summary for us with some more questions about our document. I could ask it very easily here too. And we'll let it run for a moment as it goes through the summarizing of the information there. And so that could be very helpful. And let it run here a little bit longer, and we'll see that it has KPIs that it can work with, and it's going to generate those in the plan for us here. And so what I can do too is I could take some of this information and I could say I'd like to use this to add to a presentation. So please add this to my document. And you can add it to the very bottom, wherever the cursor's at. And let's see. Just give it a moment to run here. There we go. Okay, so it's going to add this for us. And so it's added to that section, and we can scroll up, and you can see exactly where it's been added. So it looks really good. So I hope you enjoyed this lab. Get ready to put your learning into action. This knowledge check gives you a chance to test what we've learned about using Copilot in Word in real time. You can use Copilot Chat to generate your own quiz, answer each question, and then see an explanation of the correct response. It's quick, it's interactive, it will reinforce key concepts and make sure you're confident with the tools before moving on. Let's dive in and see how much you've learned. You may also get started by using the prompt shown here. As an expert in Microsoft 365 Copilot, create 3 multiple-choice questions on how Microsoft 365 Copilot in Word functions. Present all the questions together and wait for my response. After I answer, briefly explain the correct answer before moving on to the next question. Now let's take a look at our knowledge check. Question 1. A team member is drafting a proposal for a new flavor in the 4th coffee latte lineup using Copilot in Word. They want to use an existing document as a source. How can they achieve this? Answer: they should type a slash followed by the name of the document in the draft with Copilot box. Question 2. A team member is editing a document using Copilot in Word and wants to improve the quality of their writing. What should they do to get suggestions for rewrites? Answer: select the text they want to rewrite, and then from the Copilot menu, select Auto Rewrite. Question 3. A project manager is tasked with creating a comprehensive project report using Microsoft Word. They want to import notes from OneNote, analyze data in Excel, and share the draft with their team via Microsoft Teams for feedback and collaboration. What should they do to convert a section of text into a table for better readability? Answer: they should highlight the text and use the Copilot feature in Word to convert the text into a table. This module showed how Copilot in Word elevates the entire writing and content creation experience, from drafting and rewriting to organizing and summarizing information. We explored how Copilot responds to open-ended questions, improves clarity and structure, and helps transform rough ideas into polished professional content with far less effort. Copilot in Word simplifies writing, streamlines document management, and quickly summarizes key insights from long documents. Together, these capabilities make everyday tasks like drafting reports, editing content, preparing summaries faster and more intuitive, and easier to deliver with confidence. I want to keep your Copilot skilling momentum going. Make sure to watch other videos in this course and explore more on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/learn. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in our next module.